Hi Bobcats, this is Miss Lee, and today's video lesson is on percent of change, also known as percent increase or percent decrease. Please make sure that you're taking good notes as you watch the video. Okay, percent of change. Percent of change describes the change over time by either an increase or a decrease. Okay, sometimes an item at the store might be a certain price and then all of a sudden it increases, or maybe the price decreases. And you want to know, hey, by what percent did the price change? That's what a percent change or percent increase or decrease is. It can be solved by using a percent proportion in which the values are plugged into this proportion formula. Change over the original equals percent out of 100. This is very similar to the percent proportion that we have learned, but instead of part to whole, it's change over original. The change can be represented by the difference between the new and the original values. So to find the change amount, you just subtract the difference between the original price and the new price. Let's go straight into some examples. Mrs. Hoffman had 25 pencils. She found a great deal and purchased more pencils and now has 30 pencils. What is the percent increase for the amount of pencils that she has? Okay, so again, we're going to do the change, and I'm going to abbreviate change with CHG over the original, which I'm going to abbreviate ORG. And that's going to equal percent out of 100. So we need to identify the parts. We need to identify the change. We need to identify the original. We know it's the percent that we're looking for. So she had 25 pencils. That's what she started with. That is the original. Now she has 30. So how did it change? Well, the new is 30 and the original is 25. So we find the difference between the two, and the amount of the change is 5. Now we can put these values into our proportion. Change, 5, over the original, 25, equals percent, which is what we're looking for. So we're going to use that unknown variable n over 100. Multiply. 25 times 4 will give you 100. Same scale factor, 5 times 4 will give you 20. So it's going to be a 20%, and it's an increase because the amount of pencils did increase. So it's a 20% increase. And always identify your answer by putting like a circle or a box around it. And that is correct. It's not too hard, is it? Let's try another one. A hotel had 10 ounces of coffee left in the coffee pot. The staff filled the pot to the 32-ounce mark. What was the percent increase for the amount of coffee? Okay, we need to find the change and we need to find the original amounts. Okay, what was the original? What did it start with? It started with 10 ounces. That is your original. What number are we ending at? We're ending at 32 ounces. So to find the change, we subtract the 2. 32 minus 10 equals 22. Now we can set up our proportion. Change over original. The change is 22. The original is 10. Equals the percent, which is unknown, so I'll use the variable n, out of 100. Okay, scale factor. Times 10. 10 times 10 gives us 100. We use the same scale factor over here. And 22 times 10 equals 220. That sounds really strange, right? 220% increase? Does that sound right? Well, think about it. It was a pretty big increase, wasn't it? 100% increase would have been if we had added 10 ounces. But we added more than that, didn't we? So this 220% increase, that's correct. It is okay, and I'm abbreviating increase with INCR. It is okay to have an increase that is greater than 100%. Okay, that's okay. Check our answer. 220% is correct. Okay. Okay, example 3. UPS had 300 delivery drivers in August. At the end of October, there were 246 drivers. What was the percent decrease for the amount of drivers the company had in October? So it is a decrease because the amount of drivers is getting smaller. So pause the video, identify your change in your original amounts, and then solve it. Come back and check your answer. Okay, did you get an 18% decrease? If you did, awesome job. If not, pause the video, check to make sure that you had the right change in original value amounts, check to see that you set up your proportion correctly and that you did the math correctly. Okay, last example. A farmer had 20 acres for growing peanuts. After purchasing more land, the farmer had 72 acres. What was the percent increase in acres of land? Same thing, pause your video, solve it, come back and check your answer. Okay, the correct answer was a 260% increase. Double check it, and that is correct. Remember, you have to find the change. You find the change by finding the difference between the original value and the new value. So the new value was 72 acres, the original was 20 acres, subtract the 2, and the change is 52. Okay, great job, Bobcats.